Billy B. Brown and the Bully Buster by Sally Rippon, illustrated by Aki Fukuoka. Chapter 1. Billy B. Brown has one lumpy school bag, 2 banana sandwiches, and 1 grumpy frown. Do you want to know what the B in Billy B. Brown stands for? Bully. There is a big bully at Billy's school. His name is Jason. He's in a grade 5. Yesterday, Billy and Jack were playing on the oval with Billy's new soccer ball. Jason walked past and kicked the soccer ball up into the peppercorn tree. Hey, that's my soccer ball, Billy says. So, said Jason meanly. Then he poked Billy in the shoulder. If you tell on me, there will be big trouble, okay? Billy bit her lip and nodded her head. She had never been this close to Jason before. He was scary. Jason stomped away. Billy felt tears sting in her eyes. That was my new ball, she said in a little voice. We should tell Miss Walton, Jack said. No, said Billy. You heard what Jason said. If he finds out we've told on him, there will be big trouble. So the ball stayed in the tree, and Billy and Jack walked glumly back to class. Today, Billy is prepared. She and Billy have decided that they are not going to play on the oval anymore. Billy doesn't want to bump into that horrible Jason again. Billy and Jack's first art class is art. Billy loves art. This week, their class has been making teapots out of clay for Mother's Day. The clay has been drying overnight, so today they are ready for painting. Jack's teapot is shaped like a robot. It has 1 arm for the handle and 1 for the spout. It is a very good robot teapot. Billy is trying to make a teapot house, but it's not quite turning out how she had hoped, like something from an elephant's bottom. Billy giggles. Would you like some elephant pooty, sir? She says in a posh voice. Jack giggles too. Then they both hum the teapot song until the bell goes for recess. Chapter 2. Miss Walton tells everyone to take their teapots straight to the classroom. Then they can go out and play. Billy and Jack pick up their teapots and carry them carefully off the art room. Even though Billy's teapot looks a bit funny, she knows that her mom would love it. On their way back to class, Billy sees Rebecca by the monkey bars. She decides she will quickly show Rebecca her teapot. She knows it will make Rebecca laugh. I'm going to see Rebecca, Billy calls to Jack. But Miss Walton said, Jack says, looking worried. Billy huffs. It won't be long. She walks carefully over to the monkey bars. Rebecca sees Billy and waves. Billy walks faster. She has nearly reached Rebecca when, crash! Someone runs into Billy. Her teapot goes smashing to the ground. Rebecca gasps. Billy gasps. She looks up. There, standing in front of her, is Jason. He's red-cheeked and puffing. Billy feels a hot ball of anger rush through her chest. She doesn't care that Jason is the biggest, meanest bully in the whole school. He has broken her teapot, and that is not fair. Look what you have done! She yells loudly. You broke my teapot! You kicked my soccer ball into the tree. You're the meanest, horrible person I've ever seen. And nobody likes you. When Billy finishes yelling, her hair is fizzing. Jason's mouth drops open and he runs away. Rebecca kneels down and helps Billy pick up the pieces of her teapot. He didn't even say sorry, Billy says angrily. I bet he did on purpose. You should tell Miss Walton, Rebecca says. That will only make it worse, she says. Jason is horrible and mean, but he's scary too. He looks more scared than scary when we yell at him like that, Rebecca says. Billy laughs, but deep down she feels worried. Will Jason be angry at her? She walks back to class with the pieces of broken teapot in her hand. Chapter 3. When Miss Walton sees Billy's teapot, she looks surprised. Oh dear, Billy, she says. What happened? I dropped it, says Billy quietly. She feels bad lying to Miss Walton, but she can't think of what else to say. Never mind, you can still do a drawing for Mother's Day, Miss Walton says. But that's why you should have come straight back to classroom. Be nuts. If she had come straight back to classroom, she would never have bumped into that horrible Jason. Billy and Jack play on the monkey bars with Rebecca all recess, but only after they check that Jason is nowhere to be seen. Who's Jason over by the monkey bars anyway? Billy says. He never usually comes to our side of the playground. I hope he doesn't come over here again, Jack says nervously. Just to be sure, they sit up on the highest rungs until the bell goes. In class, Billy works hard on her maths. She finishes her work early so that she has time to draw a picture for Mother's Day. She draws her mom standing under a rainbow. It's much nicer than her lumpy teapot, but she is still annoyed that Jason broke it. The bell goes for recess, for lunch break. Jack packs up quickly. Billy is still finishing her drawing. Meet you at the monkey bars? Jack says. Be nuts. She finishes her drawing as everyone goes outside the plane. She rolls it up and carries it out to her bag in the corridor. Billy unzips her bag and puts the drawing in. Just then, she heard footsteps. She spins around. Someone is standing right in front of her. You know who is it, don't you? That's right. It's Jason. Billy's heart begins to jump around in her chest like a frightened rabbit. What do you want? Billy says, trying to sound brave. She wishes she hadn't shouted at Jason. She's sure she's in trouble. Jason frowned. Hey, Pipsqueak, I got something for you, he says in a gruff voice. Then he brings Billy's soccer ball out from behind his back. Billy looks surprised. How do you get that? Jason shrugs. I came to school last night with my dad. He got it done with a broomstick. He grins. Lucky, he's tall. Oh, Billy says. Is Jason being nice to her? The big mean bully? Thank you, she says shyly. I was coming over to tell you I had it at recess, Jason says. when, I bumped into you and you dropped your... What was that thing again? A teapot, says Billy, feeling annoyed. Jason kicks at the floor. Anyway, it's true what you say. Nobody likes me. Really? Billy asks. She can't imagine what it must feel like to have no friends. It must be very lonely. Jason looks down at his grubby fingers. I'm no good at games. I get angry and then I mess everything up. Now no one wants to play with me. So? Says Billy. I get angry sometimes too. Jason grins. I know you do. But I still have friends. If you mess up, you just have to say sorry. Jason goes quiet for a while. Then he gets a funny look on his face. A little bit like he has something sticky and chewy in his mouth. Sorry about the soccer ball, he says quietly. And your teapot. Billy feels the hot, angry ball inside her chest soften. That's all right, she says. It wasn't a very good teapot anyway. Actually, it was more like an elephant poo than a teapot. Jason laughs loudly. When he laughs, he doesn't look so mean anymore. He puts his big hand on Billy's shoulder. You're all right, he says, for a pipsqueak. Billy grins. You're all right for a bully. Jason laughs again, even louder this time. Billy realizes it's not so bad after all. Just then, Billy has an idea, a super duper idea. Hey, do you like to play soccer? She asks. Yep, says Jason proudly. But then his face drops. But no one wants to play with me on their team. Well, do you want to play with us? Says Billy. Really? Says Jason excitedly. Sure, but no more kicking the ball into the tree, okay? She says sternly. Or there'll be big trouble. Jason grins. Okay, he says. I promise. Billy grins too. She can't wait to see the look on Jack's face when she walks into the playground with the big bully. The end.